The internet is talking about adolescence, and here's what I think. Now, if we look at it, adolescence just dropped. And if I have to tell you, the internet has so many feelings about it. People have so many feelings about it. Some people are calling it eye-opening. Others are saying it's too dark. And then there are those who think it's just teen drama. But if you've seen it, you know it's much more than that. And as a clinical psychologist who's working with teenagers, families, and survivors of trauma, I've watched this show through a different lens. And honestly, it shook me. Not because it was exaggerated, but because it was so real. Number one, kids don't just snap. One of the biggest reactions I've seen is, how did Jamie go from a quiet kid to that? And here's the thing. He didn't just snap one day. That's not how it works. Radicalization, isolation, self-destruction, they don't happen overnight. It's slow, subtle. It happens in the private corners of the internet. In the moments when a child feels unheard, unseen, or disconnected from the real world. And that's what made Adolescence so powerful. It didn't create a villain. It showed us a lost, vulnerable boy looking for belonging and connection in all the wrong places. Number two, the internet is raising our kids. Another reaction I've seen a lot. This is why kids shouldn't have access to social media, and let's ban the mobiles. And look, I get it. The internet can be terrifying. But banning it, that's like locking the doors and thinking the storm won't come and hit you. The truth is, the internet is raising our kids. If we as parents and adults we are not going to actively guide our children, they will turn to someone or something else. And the problem? Not every space online has their best interests at heart. That's what Adolescence shows us in the most painful way possible. Number three, where were the parents? Now this reaction hits me really hard. So many comments say, why didn't this parent do something? And trust me, I've heard this in real life in my clinic and in my community work as well. I had no idea. I thought they were fine. They weren't like this before. These are the reactions I see from parents. And that's what makes this so complicated. Parents don't see everything. Even the most involved, loving parent can miss the signs if their child is good at hiding them. And kids and teens, they don't always know that they're in trouble until it's too late. That's why the answer isn't just more rules, more punishments, more control. It's all about connection, and connection with a big C. It's being the person your child can talk to even when they've messed up, especially when they've messed up. Number four, this is too dark. I am getting why some people feel like adolescence is heavy. It is. And sometimes people also snub it off saying that, it won't happen with my kid. It's uncomfortable, but that's because it's real. If this show makes you uneasy, uncomfortable, imagine what it feels like for kids who are actually living this reality. If it's hard to watch, it's even harder to experience. And that's why we can't look away. I have so many cases that I've been handling since 2019 through Cactus Foundation, through my work, and I'm a witness to the kids' struggle and the parents' struggle. So what do I really think about Adolescence? I think Adolescence did something really powerful. It held up a mirror. It showed us what happens when we assume good kids are immune, when we ignore what they're consuming online, when we don't ask questions, and when we don't ask enough questions, let me put it that way. But more than that, it's a wake-up call, not to be afraid, but to be present, to listen more, to guide our kids through this digital world, not just police their access to it. But more than that, it's a wake-up call. And don't forget that if this show left you unsettled, uncomfortable, okay, I would say that's a very good thing to happen. Now let's do something about it. Let's start talking. First, to our kids. Second, to each other. Because if Adolescence taught us anything, it's that silence is never the answer. And as a clinical psychologist, here's what I want you to really take away. If you walk away from adolescence feeling overwhelmed, let me tell you this: fear isn't the answer. Knowledge, awareness definitely is. Conversation is the answer. Connection with our kids is the answer. The real danger is in the internet itself. It's kids navigating it alone, without our help, without our guidance. The way we talk to kids about online safety needs to change. Because here's the truth: teens don't want more rules, they want your trust. They don't want to be controlled, they want to be understood. And they don't need lectures, they need more conversations and connections. And guess what? The most at-risk kids aren't the ones who spend the most time online. It's actually the ones who feel the most disconnected offline. Disconnected with parents, disconnected with friends, disconnected at school. And the kids who feel unheard, unseen, and alone. If we want to protect them, we don't just need to limit their screen time. We need to make sure that they have a reason to put the screen down in the first place. A reason to come to us when they are scared. A reason to trust us when they've messed up. And a reason to believe that no matter what, they are never alone. So let's talk about what do we do. And here's my challenge to every parent, every teacher, caregiver, every adult around a teen or a kid who's watching this. Start talking. Don't brush this under the carpet. Not just about the rules, but about what they see, what they consume, what they think, and what they feel when they're online. Instead of, how much time have you spent on your phone today? Ask them, what's the most interesting thing that you saw online today? Open up the discussion. Instead of, I don't want you talking to strangers. Ask them, what would you do if someone online made you feel uncomfortable? Just be curious. More curiosity is needed. And instead of, social media is ruining the kids, can we talk to our kids and ask them, how does social media make you feel? What is your purpose of being on social media? Because when we stop making them feel judged, they start opening up. And that's definitely true. And that this is how we keep them safe. And if adolescence left you uneasy, let that discomfort turn into action. Talk to your kids, talk to your teens, talk to each other as spouses. Check in with the teens in your life on a daily basis. Pay attention, not just to their screen time, but to their mood, to their behaviors, the way they talk about themselves and the world. Because in the end, the scariest part or the scariest thing about this show wasn't what happened to Jamie. It's how many kids are living some version of this story right now. Right now, when I'm recording this, right now, when you're watching this show. And the question is, will we notice before it's too late? And if this resonated with you, let me know. What was your biggest takeaway from Adolescence? Drop it in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going. Because trust me, it's one we need to have. Thank you.